All right, everybody. I believe I am live right now. Welcome back. I haven't been live on YouTube in probably about a month now, and it's just been a lot of things that have been going on. It's been pretty crazy, but I appreciate every single person that's watching right now. So before we get into it, please be sure to smash that like button. Today, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know about eBay's managed payment system. So pretty much what's happening right now with eBay's managed payments is that you have to sign up by like the 15th. If you've been selling for a while, you need to sign up by the 15th, which is about 3 days from now. I know I'm probably a little late on getting this out or getting the word out on it, but it's better late than never. So before we get into it, say who you are, where you're from, what your experience is with eBay dropshipping or dropshipping in general, and also just say if you've started eBay's managed payments, if you've opted into it, if you're going to get started. Pretty much everything from what I've seen is that they're going to be getting started at the end of the month, they say. For the majority of the people, I know a lot of people did get it, so it's not everybody, because I did open up a new account recently to do some testing for something else that I've been doing, and that account hasn't been asked to be getting into managed payments yet, so it's not it's not for everybody. Not everybody out there has something where they have to do it in the next 3 days. So let me know if you've gotten the message, and also what you plan on doing or what you think about eBay's managed payments, because I know some people aren't too happy about it. Also, if you have any questions, ask them as I go. And while you're asking as I'm going, pretty much, I just kicked my camera. Pretty much, we're going to, I'm going to answer them all afterwards. So hopefully the camera quality is better, because I did mess up my entire camera quality, and I just factory resetted it, and it's back to normal. And yeah, I'm happy to get back into it. I appreciate everybody for showing up. And I'm going to start my presentation right now. I'm going to click present. I got to get to the first slide. Click present. And then I'm going to come over here to OBS, and I'm going to click just screen and me. So first off, I'm going over eBay's managed payments, what to know. So pretty much most active sellers have received a message to sign up by July 15th. And honestly, I believe this message went out in probably about May of last two months ago. So it went up in May, and you've had a while to get signed up for it, but I just believe a lot of people just went with the flow, or just kept it right there as a notification, didn't do anything about it. Do I have to do it? Should I do it? Yes, you should, because they've been talking about managed payments forever, and they did say that pretty much every single seller on eBay is going to be opted into it by 2020. So what is, by the end of 2020, so what is managed payments for anybody out there that's a beginner or doesn't really know? And also, like I said, please be sure to smash that like button if you are watching it and you do like the content that I'm putting out. Pretty much what managed payments is eBay doing the same thing that Amazon does and a lot of other platforms do, where they are taking the payment for you. They're being the payment processor, and they're the platform that you sell the items on. So this happens on Amazon. This happens, I believe, on Walmart. No, Walmart does do something else. And pretty much it's just an all-in-one system. One thing about it is that makes it very easy, or a lot easier, to do accounting for it. But most people have CPAs or somebody else doing it for them, some form of a bookkeeper. But it does make it easier for them in general, and also you keeping track of everything. So pretty much once registered, I'm going to turn on my little pointer here. So once registered, which a lot of people did get registered, they got the message you have to sign up by July 15th. Once registered, the change will happen late July. They say late July. When you're looking around at the paperwork and all sorts of different, just pages that they have on eBay about it, it seems like it's going to be like July 18th is when they're going to start trying to do it. That's just me speculating. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of talk about July 18th, and it makes sense that you'd have to sign up by July 15th. So if you got this message, I suggest you do it. I'm not sure if there's any repercussions for not doing it, or they're just going to force you into doing it. I don't believe they're going to deactivate your account. I heard people talking about that, but I did not 100% look into that. So, that's also a possibility. So, make sure to opt into it. And, there's really no issues with it. Honestly, I'm seeing only plus sides. One of them being included is lower fees. There's a lot lower fees. So you'll be messaged by eBay before the change takes place. So pretty much eBay said that once you opted in, after July 15th, later in the month, they haven't given a specific date. I think it's July 18th. You'll be messaged by them on eBay saying, hey, you're about to move over to managed payments. You're going to make the big change, the great leap. And, that's pretty much that. So at least they're going to warn us and tell us, and it makes sense, because, you don't want to just one day have no idea, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, why is there no money in my PayPal? What's going on with that? So it's pretty much going to be a one-stop shop for your fees, just like Amazon. The fees are pretty much the same. They're less. They're actually less, and I will break that down later. But it's pretty much the same. It's a 30-cent transaction fee, and now instead of 10%, well, basically 10% eBay fee and 2.9% PayPal fee, it's pretty much just combined, and it's a little bit less than 12.9% that it would be. And you're gonna have to sign up, and you're gonna have to connect a bank account. So one thing that I've wondered about is if you are an international seller, what type of bank account can you connect to it? I don't know if you can connect just a regular international bank account. I don't even know what's to be used there in that case. So if you are an international and you're on right now, I'm sure there's a decent amount of them. Please let me know. And also, if you have any questions as we're going, don't worry, I will get to them after this. And then one thing that's cool about it, like I said, is that there's lower selling fees and it's more streamlined. It's not that you have to go to PayPal to close out cases. There could be a PayPal case. There could be an eBay case. Now it's just like it's only eBay cases. There's only issues with eBay. And you don't have to be going elsewhere. Because I just got a PayPal case opened up from one of the buyers that stated they didn't authorize the transaction. It's complete BS. And that's just kind of what's been pretty prevalent on eBay for a while now. So I'm happy that's happening. So if you haven't had this happen yet, or if you haven't accepted it, upon logging in, it may look like this, where it says action required. Your account will be enabled for managed payments starting late July. You're required to register by July 15th to avoid any interruption in your business. I'm not sure what that interruption entails. I never fully asked or really went too deep into figuring out. I think you should just go ahead and do it. There's really no reason not to. All you have to do is click register now. You have to fill out your business information if you're signed up as a business eBay. If you're signed up as a personal eBay, I'm not sure, because all of my eBays are signed up as business, where you put in your EIN number. I believe you also have to put in your social security number and then connect the bank to it. Again, if you have an Amazon selling account, this is literally the same exact thing as having an Amazon selling account, except they will let your funds go a lot quicker, and we will talk about that. So if you have yet to sign up, if you go into your Seller Hub, if you're using the Seller Hub, which I always suggest everybody does, and then you click on payments, then it's going to say managing payments on eBay, and this is what it's going to look like if you haven't signed up. Learn more, express interest. This was on a new account that I made a while ago that I don't think, and not a while ago, but recently, but like a couple months ago, that I don't think has even been asked to be made into managed payments yet. But I can express interest here, or I can learn more, which is, something that you can do where I believe you can just kind of force your way into opting in. I've heard of people forcing their way to get opted into managed payments in the past if PayPal banned them for whatever reason, which doesn't usually happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but, it is something that does happen. But if you have signed up for managed payments, pretty much when you go to Seller Hub payments, like I showed in the last slide, it's going to say you've successfully registered for managed payments, and then they give you a checklist to download, which literally provides almost zero value in typical eBay fashion. And it says account activation starts, and then it circles July, like it's late July. They just keep saying late July. It's this eerie date, and then that's pretty much it. So What's the benefits of this? What's going on? So all I've talked about so far is like what it is, what you're signing up for, how to sign up, or where they will show you if you've signed up or not. But this is what also is below it. When you get below, where it says the Seller Hub's payment, if you go below it, it'll say prepare for the transition, features and restrictions. So there's something important in each one of these. Pretty much says access, customized reports. I don't really care about that. A CPA might, or a bookkeeper, or somebody that's into doing their own books. A single source for fees, that's cool. Refunds and simplified protections all in one place. One thing that I noticed, though, it says donations and listing on international eBay sites are not accepted yet. However, buyers globally can still shop and pay on eBay.com. So I don't deal with anything globally, and I almost never. I teach inside of my courses that if you're doing the global shipping program, to not do the global shipping program, pretty much. That it's kind of a waste, and it's more of a burden than ever, but it could possibly lead to maybe it makes it easier in the future. But also one thing I noticed that and not a lot of people are talking about, it says also you may not be able to list certain items, and then it says see managed payments restricted items policy. So we will get back to that. There's some weird items that like you're not going to be drop shipping these most likely, but like I don't know why eBay's not allowing you to sell them with the managed payments platform. And if they do get rid of PayPal altogether in the future, then there's going to be some businesses that are like wiped out on eBay, I feel. unless there's a way around it. So it says once your item sells and orders are confirmed. So this is the cool part about it. Your payout is initiated consistently within 2 business days to your designated bank account. So pretty much they're going to hold your funds, from what I've read here, they're going to hold your funds for 2 business days. So Amazon, if you're familiar with selling on Amazon, they'll hold your funds for 2 weeks, like literally 14 business days or 10 business days, 2 full weeks. I'm not so sure 100%. That's a lot. If you don't have a large amount of credit, or if you don't have a large amount of money right off the bat, that's going to be a lot. But if eBay's only holding it for 2 days, PayPal's instant, but 2 days is not that big of a difference, although it could be a difference if you are very, very strapped for cash. But again, it's a lot more advantageous than kind of Amazon's route. And then from there, it says you pick whatever payouts you want, daily or weekly or anything like that. So pretty much if it's on a rolling 2-day business day basis, where if it's been 2 business days, then you can get paid out on that money. So, eventually once you're selling, every single day you'll get paid out. You'll just get paid out for what sold 2 days ago, as long as it's all processed and it's good. So that's pretty much how that works. I like the idea of it. It's not instant, but it's pretty much instant. And then it says you'll pay one final value fee for your items you sell on eBay. You won't have to worry about third-party payment processing fees, although they pretty much copy the same thing as PayPal's third-party payment processing fees, which is, category-based, but then there's the plus 30% order, which is pretty much the same thing that PayPal did, where if you sell on Amazon, it's just a flat like 15% for most categories across the board. So that's another thing about it. It's just kind of weird that they have this like 30-cent transaction fee. They could have just bumped the fees up a little bit and not had that. It's just weird to calculate. Most sellers can expect to see an overall savings, and that's pretty true. So this is the items you can't sell policy, which I thought was weird. Adult-only items, including movies and video games. I know there's a lot of people that sell like sex toys and stuff on eBay. I don't know if that falls in that category or if eBay doesn't want you selling those items anymore, but I do know that they're a hot commodity, and I don't see why you wouldn't be able to sell them. There's nothing wrong with it. Auction services, I'm not really sure. Bullion, that's like gold and silver and stuff, and that's really big on eBay. And then it says coins and paper money, which is also very big. You can't sell gift cards and coupons. I kind of understand that because it's kind of fraudulent, or it leads to a lot of fraud. Lodging, timeshare, stuff like that. I don't really get into any of that. But what I didn't make sense. Like selling vehicles, I don't know if you're not allowed to sell vehicles anymore, because I know that they're very big into the vehicles. Like the whole vaping thing, that makes sense, or nicotine stuff. And then tickets for events and stuff. They used to own StubHub. I don't think they do anymore. It's just like a weird batch of things that I feel like eBay's been known to sell like the majority of these things for a long time. And I don't know if eBay's just trying to break ties with it, or if it's just something that, you can sell, but you're gonna have to do it in some other way, like through PayPal. I'm not sure. Oh, so before I go to the takeaways, I need to get out of here. I'm gonna exit this. So now we're gonna go into the fees, where it says simpler fees. So they're all about telling you that these fees are simpler, and it is. So if you go into other parts of eBay and you start reading, pretty much they're gonna break down that there's a certain payment per category, and then beforehand, let's just say 10% if you don't have a store, and then there's 2.9% if you're in America using a US PayPal, but now it's going to be 12.35% altogether, both of which do have a 30-cent per order transaction fee. So pretty much if you want to add these together, if we do 10 plus 2.9 to some simple math here, 12.9, and then the one on eBay now is 12.35. You're saving a total of like 0.5%, 0.55%, which means that you're going to be saving money. So one thing about that is if your competitors aren't doing managed payments yet, or if they haven't updated their profit margins, then you can be pricing your items artificially lower than them while still making the same amount of profit as them. As far as a 0.5 percentage profit point, difference is the difference between a sale sometimes, especially on Amazon-like platforms. So if eBay starts to go more towards that way, then 0.5% could be like actually something, rather significant. So they go into breaking everything down, and they talk about Paolo and Regina and Jasmine and Vanessa selling their stuff. Really nothing that much important on this page. You can read through it. There's just a bunch of stuff. It's really not that important. So then after this, we get into another page that I forget how I even got to, and they talk about all these different things. But one thing that I pointed out to me is that they are going to hit you with a chargeback dispute fee, and that's what PayPal used to do. And then they kind of started waiving it during the whole COVID situation. And, it's just weird that they're going to do it, because I don't think Amazon hits you with the chargeback fee. They might, but there's very, very, very little chargebacks on Amazon, very little chargebacks in general. So I don't think that this is a big issue. And if you win, so it says that if you're found responsible for a disputed amount, we will charge you. So if you win that case, then, it's very hard to win chargebacks in general. But if you do win, then they won't charge you the $20, it seems. But that's kind of a pain. Then besides that, the same fees. If you don't hit their minimum seller performance standards for the U.S., which is, you're below standard, or your items, aren't being shipped out in time and things like that, you're screwing up in general. Or if your, your item's not described as very high, return requests in a specific category, you're going to have the 5% extra fees, which have always been there. There's a breakdown of the international seller fees, and not to bore you, I'm almost done here, so ask your questions. I just wanted to get through all of this for anybody that wants to watch all of this. We got 64 people watching right now, supposedly, so please smash that like button too. I'm almost done with the boring stuff. And then that's pretty much it. If you're an international, I suggest reading through these. I'm not sure what the original international fees were, but it says that there's a couple extra percentage points here. So you can calculate that into your final profit. So I will be updating for anybody that's inside of the course. I will be updating the sheets. If you are in managed payments, I'll probably end up just duplicating the formulas and stuff and just making new sourcing sheets and stuff like that for people that have new, actual fees. So let's get into the final value fees. I always suggest that people have at least a basic store. That's when you start to get the discounts on your final value fees, which never pay yearly. Please don't do that. Pay monthly. So you don't have to pay it all in a lump sum. It's only $28 a month. So if you plan on selling like $2,800 a month in sales, then you're losing money if you don't have a store. So we can go through all this stuff, but nothing has really changed. And then at this point, so they auction at this point, we're going to go through and scroll. If you don't have a store, here's the 12.35% that we were talking about on pretty much every category, except for some that have like these other weird ones. But let's get into if you have a store, because that's what the majority of people watching this and what I suggest you should do. So first off, it used to be, let's bring out the calculator again. If we were doing the PayPal method, eBay, it used to go from 10 to 9.15, and then you add the 2.9%. So you'd be at 12.05. So again, it's a savings of minus 11.5. It's a savings of 0.55%, but it's still lower in general. So 11.5% is what the total percentage off is going to be, plus your 30 cent transaction per order. And here is, if you want to find this URL somewhere, just copy and paste that in, or just, pause the video. Pretty much all the categories are what they used to be, 11.5, 11.5. There's some differences where you get into the electronics, cell phones and accessories are less, things like that. And then most clothing, pretty much the same. It's pretty much all the same. It's just that it's going to be one system. So there's a lot of people worrying about things like this, and I'm sure there's some quirks with it that take getting used to. But from everything that I've seen, it really does not seem like it's going to be a rather large difference. But one thing that is cool is that if you're selling on eBay Motors for some parts, they are pretty much lower, a lot of these things. But, and the eBay Motors is usually 1% lower, so that's where that is. So I'm sure the majority of this is the same, and that's pretty much it. So the big takeaway here is that there is differences in the final value fees. And again, I'm going to go into here, and we'll go over the takeaways for one last final stretch. So it could make selling harder for new accounts. I say that because they're going to hold on to your funds for 2 days now. So even if you're out of PayPal jail, which I do believe is now going to become eBay jail, same thing for 21 days or whatever. But if you upload your tracking numbers, you'll be getting your money back a lot quicker, and then you'll be good to go. So it could make it harder for new accounts because they're going to be holding it even once you go instant, instant payments after 3 months. If you're still new at 3 months, I still suggest that I consider that new. Then, they're going to be holding it for a bit longer. You might not have, as much capital, and it might be a little bit harder. There's lower fees are going to equal more leverage on your competitors. Like I said earlier, if your competitors haven't changed their prices and you're like on top of it, like my students will be because I'm going to make the updates to it, then you'll have more competitive prices. It should make counting a lot easier. Stealth accounts could be affected. And I know somebody did ask questions about stealth accounts. I do believe that will be affected. I'm not sure how you're going to be going about, confirming your identity with a stealth account now at this point. It's up. I have no idea. I don't have stealth accounts, so it really is something that's out of my, ball game, but it is something that is definitely probably going to be affected because you have to prove your identity, which is going to be hard. And then I've come to the conclusion that dropshipping should be rather unaffected. So after that long rant about eBay managed payments, I hope you enjoyed it. And now I'm going to be getting into, your questions. So I'm going to bring this back over here, and I'm going to bring up my OBS studio so I can look at myself, make sure I'm looking good. And here we are. So, like I said, anybody that's watching, please be sure to smash that like button. Let's get it out to as many people as possible. If you are new here, I have a free mini course, I believe, down below in the description, so check that out. You'll be able to learn, the basics of eBay dropshipping and everything in general. I know I haven't been live in a while. Could be a little rusty, but I don't think, I think I'm doing pretty well. I've been going live on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram as well. That is down in the link down below as well. So Lee1190 says managed payments is going to be sick emoji face. I don't think so, but you're entitled to your opinion. Kevin said, or K Nguyen says, please go over stealth accounts and managed payments. So I pretty much touched upon it. I saw your comment beforehand, but I had already had that in there. I do think it's going to be challenging for people that are using stealth accounts to prove themselves, actually to be that person. I'm not sure. If there's a will, there's a way. People make stealth Amazon accounts, and that's pretty much the same thing as what's going to have to be happening. But one thing that I'm not sure about is transitioning from an eBay stealth with PayPal into an eBay stealth, just transferring that account. I'm not sure how that happens, and I'm really not familiar with the whole stealth account process. I know how to do it. I just don't do it to the point where I know the ins and outs of it. So that's one thing about it that I'm not too sure about. And for anybody that's in that situation, I'm sorry, but you're probably going to have to find it out on your own or wait until somebody kind of comes out and figures out a good way. So that's one thing that I'm not sure about, and I'd probably be a little bit more sure about if I did do stealth accounts, but I don't. So also, eBay has sent out another round of dropshipping policy violation emails, and it appears that people are getting flagged for the real this time, even non-API users of SKU Grid. So I have seen a few students mentioning something about this. I'm not sure if they've been flagged. I've only seen like a couple actually talking about it. It's something I'm going to have to, actually do some more research into, because I believe it was only like 2 days ago. And on the weekends, I try to lay low a little bit more than during the weekdays. So I'm going to have to go out of my way to actually research this. But there has been a round of emails that I've seen being sent out. I didn't get one. And again, if you don't use the big three, like if you eventually get out of using Walmart and you're not there long enough using it, or Home Depot, then I've never heard of anybody getting that email from them. eBay is heavily looking at Amazon, Walmart, and Home Depot onto eBay. So if you start going other ways, like I do teach to go other ways, although I do know a lot of people start with Walmart, and I do say it's the easiest place to start. And it is. It's the easiest place to start making sales. But again, if they start flagging people now that are doing non-API, that are getting this violation, then, eventually I might have to just stop saying to even use that. Then, I'm just going to have to give more suppliers inside of the course that you can start with right off the bat. Because, there's inside of SKU Grid, like I've said before, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these suppliers. So it's not something that you really, need to rely on one or the other. So I'm going to do some switching over here because my eyes hurt looking at this other screen. So where are we? So I got a wave here from Ishmael Khan. Thank you for showing up. DS says, hi from Kentucky. How's it going? Rolly says, hey, from South Africa. Wow. Awesome. Thanks for showing up. We got Jameson Griffith in here, literally on every single live, even Instagram ones. So, you're missing out if you're not following me on Instagram, but I appreciate it for showing up, Jameson Griffith. Gulf Beach Stroller. I just opened a PayPal account. If you just started on eBay, I don't think you would have gotten this message. So, again, you're going to have to go through a phase of being on eBay for a bit to get this message, I believe. Again, I'm not sure because I didn't just start a brand new account right away. But a PayPal, it doesn't matter. Like, even having a PayPal account in general is still good to have. I don't see why you wouldn't want to have one. They're for more uses than just selling on eBay. Don't get me wrong. So does managed payments mean no more PayPal? If once you opt into managed payments, yes, it means that you will not be using PayPal. You will be using your bank account. So it's pretty much just going to be a revolving door between eBay and your bank account. Instead of being eBay, PayPal, your bank account, now it's just eBay, your bank account, eBay, your bank account. Again, as I explained, it's going to be a little bit, they're going to hold on to your funds for 2 days. But again, that's not that much. So Ishmael says yes to Ian. Wondering if eBay will have access to see transactions from retail suppliers. I mean, they can see your transactions in general, if you're not paying with your transactions through your bank account unless you are, but if you use a credit card, then it's not going to even be in there. And I don't think that they're going to be checking that stuff. I don't think that they have the access to any of that stuff. I believe that they're just going to be pumping money into your bank account as we go. So, eCom Tomcat's in the house. How's it going, dude? Haven't talked to you in a while. I have been dormant on the YouTube lives a bit. I think it's been like a month. He says smash that like button. So, you have to do what eCom Tomcat says and smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're going to get at least 50 likes on this video. I know that for a fact. So, let's get started now. We're over halfway there. So, it says, is the 11.5 fee lowered if you're top rated? So, this has always been a big misconception. I've made a YouTube video about it in the past with top rated and top rated plus. Even if you're top rated, it doesn't matter. Like, you're top rated, the fact that you're top rated is good because it means that your account is in great standing and there's no issues with your account, most likely. But you won't get a final value fee reduction at all for just being top rated. There's no real benefit for being top rated other than the fact that you're running a good account and eBay knows you're running a good account. When you get the 10% final value fee reduction, which it's 10% on the actual final value fee, so 10% of the 11.5%, that is going to be reduced to 1% extra. You're going to be getting that if you follow all the rules of what top rated plus is, which means that you need to have 1 day handling time, 1 or same day handling time, free returns, at least 30-day returns, and a few other things like that. Not very many people can accomplish that with dropshipping. Not very many suppliers can allow you to actually do that or, give you the ability to be able to do that. So there's really no difference. Just be top rated to be top rated. But again, you should have 2, 3, I usually do 3-day handling time just to really cover yourself and cover your ass in the long run, because I'd rather have a account around for a while and a long time that's healthy than have one where I'm struggling to try to be getting items out within 1 business day, where I'm pretty much lying to customers and stuff like that in order to try to get it out. And it's just a big mess because dropshipping doesn't work in 1 business day, usually items being sent out. So Matt Sager says, can you help me syncing eBay to SKUGrid and SKUFetch? I signed up for your free course and still don't understand it yet. So as Ian Nicholson says, Tom has videos on YouTube for setting up SKUGrid. And then Matt says, yeah, I've watched all of them. My trouble is when uploading a CSV file to File Exchange, I get this line code, so I don't know. I don't know. You're getting errors in some way, shape, or form. If you don't have the course, then or the actual course, then you're going to have to figure it out on your own. I have some videos on YouTube on how to do it. But again, not everything can be free, and it's out there. With SKUGrid, it's out there. You can go search through SKUGrid's tools and help and everything like that. But again, it seems like it's just whatever way you've attempted to connect it, it's just not working. Again, with SKUGrid, it's a very fickle software. And there could be one little issue here, one little issue there, and that could pretty much take down your entire SKUGrid and make it not work. So you need to make sure that everything's intact before you start really ramping up SKUGrid. Because of the fact that, if you start ramping it up, like I had a student the other day that I went on a coaching call with. He was like, Tom, I need to figure this out. So we went on a coaching call, and he's like, it was working, and now it's not. I used to be doing this manually, and I used to do better than what SKUGrid's doing. SKUGrid's broken, all this stuff. He's like, but I just think I have something set up wrong. And literally, he just didn't have his token actually activated. We're doing the token repricing version. It just wasn't even activated. So therefore, it's not going to do anything, and it hasn't been repricing and hasn't been activated for literally 30 days. He's had it inactivated in his account, and it's no fault to him, he didn't know, but it was literally inactive in his account for 30 days. I was like, you've literally had no repricing on your account for 30 days. I don't know how you didn't realize it. You kind of did, but I just thought it was funny, but I'm glad that we got to the bottom of it because it's something to laugh about later that he hasn't gotten in trouble, and he's lived to see another day or sell another day. We got Eric in here. How's it going? Eric is my Instagram guy. I appreciate you very much, bro. You take a lot of weight off my shoulders, I'll tell you that. Christian is in here. Longtime student. Thank you for showing up, Christian. Always looking out for the community. Thanks, Professor. You're welcome, man. Everything is set up, so I thought. Got the URL from the supplier, put it on SKUGrid, got the same URL, updated to SKUFetch. Yeah, you did it backwards. You need to upload. If you're doing SKUFetch, you need to upload it straight into SKUFetch. Then SKUFetch connects it to SKUGrid. When I try to upload the CSV on eBay, I don't know why you're uploading the CSV on eBay. SKUFetch does that automatically. Malpaca says, "What's up, Tom? It's been a while." Yes, it has. It has been a while. It's like been over a month now. But it's the summertime. You gotta take not a little bit of a break, but you gotta take it easy a bit to a degree. Also, just kind of moving and figuring out what I'm doing and everything like that's kind of just been a little difficult. But I've just really been focusing on trying to ramp up Amazon FBA, keeping eBay where it is and getting it as optimized and automated and outsourced as possible. The amount of outsourcing I have on my eBay store right now is crazy. Like, in probably a month, I don't think I'll ever have to look at it again. Maybe just like a checkup every week and I should be good. But it's been like a lot of processes to get to that point. But again, it takes a lot of time off my hands, so then I can go work more heavily on, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Amazon, getting into other things like that. Like, I've tried to set up Walmart, and I bought a domain the other day, and I need to connect that to Shopify. And there's a lot of things. I've been contacting some real manufacturers of items too, and getting in at the manufacturer level, like US based manufacturers, which we teach inside of the wholesale course, and I've been really taking some time to do that. I just got accepted by some the other day, and really just trying to cut out all the middlemen, because if I'm going to be selling and buying in bulk on Amazon FBA, if you're not the one that's closest to the source as possible, then you're not going to be as competitive as everybody else, and you're going to be against people with big buying power and big abilities to be selling a lot of items at once, buying a lot of items at once, and they have a lot of connections. So I've been pretty much just trying to get as deep down the rabbit hole as possible for some of my suppliers, and it's paid off. I have gotten some pretty good connections with some suppliers or manufacturers that actually produce items right in their warehouses, and then from there they just hold it and they only ship to retailers and resellers, and that's it. Like, they don't actually even do wholesale. It's just straight to the retailer, and that's it. And they do allow dropshipping too, so it's pretty cool. Where are we? When you process a URL on Fetch, doesn't it automatically put in a SKU? Yes, that's exactly what I was saying, Ian. eBay jail, haha. Noah's in here. How's it going, Noah? We need to do a live soon. I enjoyed the live we did on your channel. It's a lot less pressure when you're doing it on somebody else's channel and then your own, but we should definitely do one at some point. Thank you for showing up. Updates on speed mode. I don't know what that means. How do disbursements work with eBay? Missed the first section. So pretty much you missed the first section, but it's literally just the same. It's just going to go into your bank account and they hold on to it for 2 days. So Amazon holds on to your funds for 2 weeks. eBay is 2 days. And then at that point, it seems as if it's pretty much the same exact thing. I'm happy that this happened because I've just been waiting for it to happen. eBay is so behind on some very simple things. Like Amazon, you have the ability to make user accounts inside of your Amazon. You have one person that's your accountant, and they go in there and they only get access to this certain amount of information. One person that's your order processor, all these different things. And eBay just started doing that and kind of just fell off doing that as well. And the whole buy box based price catalog or catalog based repricing or whatever the hell they were calling it, product based selling something. They got rid of that. That's just a discontinued project. All the things that I thought were moving them forward into the right direction, they've been discontinuing, and it's disheartening to see, because Amazon, Walmart has taken over eBay as a platform now. They're bigger than eBay, and it's just if they don't smarten up, I feel we're all gonna have to move to Walmart or all move to Amazon, which you should be on Amazon too, as well. Hey, look who's here, your biggest fan, Noah. Oh wow. It's Christian, you're not my biggest fan? Or are you multiple people's biggest fans? I'm hurt. Where are we? Is there a quick way to add multiple variation items on SKU Grid? I'm just starting and doing each variation one at a time, and it's taking too long. You could do a bulk upload through SKU Fetch, but again, it's not going to be optimized. You still need to go through and optimize everything. Either get a virtual assistant or, get a virtual assistant. That's all I can really say about that. You, of course, come on, General, how long is eBay/PayPal jail? Should be 90. Yeah, I don't know how long the eBay jail is going to be, but I believe it's 90 days. It's going to be the same exact thing as beforehand. So it's going to be the same. Really, nothing has changed, and there's been a lot of people that have been making big deals about this managed payments, and I don't see any real reason for it to be a major deal if you are, like a legitimate seller that's not scheming the system or trying to get away around things. I believe stealth accounts are going to be heavily affected or decently affected, but I've heard of people probably, like some person had already commented on one of my things on Instagram that they've gotten around it. I don't know how they did, but that's pretty much the only thing. I don't see any real issues. The only other thing about that is like, with Amazon, if you get in trouble on Amazon and like Amazon is screwing you over, they'll hold on to your money and like they won't give it back sometimes. And that's like definitely, I think, illegal, should be illegal, and probably is illegal, but nobody's going to stop Amazon because they're so big. But it's not a big deal if you sell a lot and it's like $5,000-$10,000 in there, but you wouldn't want to lose it. But then there's people that are literally getting hundreds of thousands of dollars locked up inside of Amazon. And I hope eBay doesn't go the same route of doing that. And that's why I kind of did like the whole two-party system of it, because, then you had to prove yourself to PayPal and not eBay. eBay was just the one that was, that was sending your payments to be processed by PayPal. Again, I've heard of people being banned at PayPal though. So that's also kind of an issue. It's a give and take. Nothing's a perfect system. And I wish there was a perfect system, but humans don't seem to make perfect systems. There's always inherent flaws, as Joe Rogan would say on his podcast. So instant payments from PayPal will be removed. Yeah, we're not even using PayPal anymore, W. Travis. Once you move to managed payments, there will be no more PayPal. People can pay you through their PayPal account on eBay, but there will be no more PayPal. Everything will be done through eBay. You will have what looks like a bank account inside of eBay, kind of the same way that PayPal looks, and there will be no more PayPal. PayPal will still be alive. It will still be around. It's going to be alive and kicking without eBay. I think eBay was trying to make a big stink about it a while ago and say like, oh, like you're going to lose your biggest customer, and then PayPal came out and put numbers out that eBay's not even close to their biggest customers, so they weren't worried about it. I think they'll both be fine on their own, and it's just time to split. That's what it is. Do you know how TaxJar is handling managed payments? No, I do not. That's actually a good question. With TaxJar, again, I'm not too sure. All I'm assuming is that they're just going to have an integration into eBay, and yes, that will have to connect through the API, but the API is perfectly fine to connect things into as long as they're not repricing softwares that are facilitating retail arbitrage, aka anything that connects in and tries to sell Amazon items on eBay or Walmart items on eBay. That's really all the rule inside of the API says, is that you shouldn't be using the API to facilitate retail arbitrage. And that's it. That's all. I have multiple things connected into my API of some of my stores. Some of them I don't have anything, but some of them I do. And it's, it does not matter as long as it's something that's allowed in eBay's API terms of service and eBay's terms of service in general. And you will be fine with TaxJar being connected in. I can guarantee you that. Oh, Joe Cox is on here. How's it going, dude? Hey, Tom, I'm researching the stealth question at this time as well. I'll let you know. All right, so if you need help with stealth accounts or any questions about stealth accounts, Joe Cox is the guy to go to. I should have mentioned it earlier, but really, I've never done it. Joe Cox has done a bunch of it, and he's the one. So hopefully he finds the answer to this. I'm sure he will, because he's amazing at these things. And from there, we can all live happily with our stealth accounts, hopefully, if you have them, and be fine. So is PayPal removed? Yes, W. Travis. There's no more PayPal. Sorry, I'm late. Signed up today. You signed up for the course, Keith? If so, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I hope you love it. Thank you for trusting and confiding in me. Tom, you sell out of your first FBA shipment yet? So my first FBA shipment got lost on its way to Connecticut. It was just in Connecticut, and it got lost, just disappeared, magically disappeared. The tracking numbers still show that it's not there, that it never made its way to New Jersey. And then all of a sudden, it just showed up in Amazon, and then all of a sudden my items were there. So no, I haven't. First off, because of the fact that I probably didn't pick a very good first shipment. Let's be honest. Everybody makes mistakes when they first get started. It wasn't the best, and I'll admit that. I'll admit at least one of the items wasn't good / kind of sucks, and I'm realizing it now. The second one will probably eventually sell out. Then I bought a second shipment, and I shipped those items in. FBA is so slow right now. I don't know if they're backlogged, if shipping companies are also taking very long. The second shipment, literally got into Amazon 20 days ago, and some of the items still aren't even put into Amazon yet fully. But one of them I already sold all the way out of. One thing I'm noticing is when you're drop shipping, and this is just something you have to learn over time, when you're drop shipping, like I'll list an item as long as it is expected on Amazon to sell at least one time a month, all the way up to whatever. I don't care, because the fact that I can list it, I just list it. Maybe that software was wrong. Maybe it sells 5 times a month. You still have a chance of selling it, and there's no reason not to have it on your account, as long as you can sell the brand and not get in trouble with it. So that's one thing with dropshipping. With FBA, I was looking at items that sold at least estimated 30 to 40 and above times a month. And it seems like a decent amount, but when you realize it, if there's 5 other people that are selling FBA on that listing, and I don't even, I don't sell a lot of FBA, so my account's not, doesn't have a lot of FBA movement on it, which I think is affecting me, then at that point in time, if it only sells, 30 a month and there's 5 people on it and you order 12 of them, the chance, or you send in 12 units, the chance that you sell out all of those in the first month, I've realized now, is pretty damn low. The one that I sold out of within a week and a half was an item that sells 1,900 times a month estimated. And I put 30 in there and they all sold. So that's kind of what I'm realizing, that you need a lot more velocity with FBA. And it's kind of just a thing that you learn over time. I'm not upset. I have a 3rd shipment that's coming in right now, and all those items are 100 or so more times a month estimated sales. So that should be a lot better. And the one that I bought, the middle one, the second order I bought, it wasn't the best, but I think I'll eventually sell them. I'm not too worried about it. Thank you for asking, though, eCom Nation LLC. So we got 20 minutes left on here. We only got 36 likes, and we got 66 people watching currently. The goal is 50 likes, so we need 14 more likes on this video. I'd very much appreciate it if you're watching. If you're a lurker, I appreciate the lurkers, but you can at least show some love in the likes. Thank you very much, and I'm going to get to answering the rest of them. So, hi, I'm from Sao Paulo, Brazil. How's it going? What is your suggestion for someone who just bought the Wholesale Dropshipping Masterclass and don't have a store or LLC? So inside of the Wholesale Dropshipping Masterclass, there is a section where we have not 1, but now 2 people that you can contact that will be able to help you with creating a US-based business. 1, you will have to pay, to actually do it for you. And then 1 is a very cheap and affordable course. If you could buy the Wholesale Dropshipping Masterclass course, then you can afford the $90-something other course through Lucas, who's one of our internationals. And he teaches you everything you need to do to become pretty much what seems in eBay and Amazon's eyes a U.S. citizen. Everything, not a citizen, you don't have to be a citizen, but it makes you seem like you're from the U.S., like you even live inside of the United States. So, that's very beneficial. You even get a U.S. phone number, things like that, and you'll be good to go. So Keith says, I got flagged. I think because AutoDS. I love your course so far. Very sad that I need to start all over from scratch. FYI, my daughter is in Billerica now. What the hell? Your daughter's in the same town as me. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's cool. You're in Milton. I'm not sure where Milton really is, but I've heard of it before, so it's not far away. But yeah, you're going to have to start over from scratch. It's kind of what happens. If you were using AutoDS and you were using it through API, then that makes a lot of sense, because that's pretty much how you're going to get flagged. Also, thank you. We just hit 50 likes. Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. But when you start over from scratch, and you watch something that's going to give you the blueprint and the roadmap to follow, it's actually very helpful, I would say. And, don't look at it as something that you got screwed over on. Look at it as it was a learning experience. Now you're just going to do it better the next time. It's kind of how I look at it. And it happened to me it happened to everybody back in 2018, the end of 2018, about end of October, beginning of November is when it happened to everybody. So, it's happened. If you've been drop shipping for a while, it's happened to everybody. So don't think that you've been singled out. I watched eCom Tom, and he always suggests to talk to customer service. I'm going to be honest, I never bought his course. I just listened to his advice and annoyed SKU. Yeah, if you, always message the customer service. That's why I freaking love him. Don't use SKU Fetch either. I don't use SKU Fetch either. So, appreciate that, Gio. Thank you very much. But, yeah, with any software out there, they have customer service. Not always is it good. I'll tell you that right now. Not always is it good. But it's something to at least reach out to somebody, and they're most likely, hopefully, going to lead you in the right direction. In the case of SKU usually the person that's on SKU talking and taking your customer service really sucks, kind of. I'm going to be honest. I hope you don't watch my YouTube videos, but you're not that good. And then after that, the person that gets your case and then answers you through email is the best. Like, they're very in-depth answers, and I've never gotten a better answer than from them. I also talk to the owner a lot, so I guess he gives me just as good answers. But those are the two best answers you can get right there from SKU. So Juan Luis says, does the bank account for managed payments have to match your name on eBay? I'm not sure. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. The thing is, with Amazon, they say that. I'm not even sure if a company can actually see your name connected to your bank account. There's something about what they can and can't see, even though they make you put it in. They can't actually tell if it's legitimate or not. Like with a credit card, when they ask you to put in your credit card information, really the only thing that they check is the zip code. And that's why if you I don't know, in the United States, if you go to pump gas sometimes, you put your credit card in there, they tell you what zip code is it. They don't ask you for your name. They don't ask you for your card info. They don't ask you for anything. It's just the zip code. It's always the zip code. That's pretty much what they can tell on a credit card. I don't think they can even tell what your first name actually is. So there's some things about that. I'm not sure. But again, that's something that I believe you are an international, Juan. I'm not sure, but I believe you are, that you might need to be asking other people in the group at that point in time. I get instant payments with PayPal. With eBay's new policies to get money, we have to upload tracking to release payment. I mean, you always have to upload tracking. I don't know why you wouldn't. And yeah, I mean, upload tracking and you will get your payments. You don't even need to. I don't think so. It says within 2 days. As long as you're outside of eBay jail now or PayPal jail, then once you get transferred over, you'll still be out of it. And then at that point in time, you'll be good to go. It just hold on to it for 2 days instead of instant now. It's not the biggest difference, but if you do have lower credit lines, that maybe that is the game changer. I'm not officially sure. So we got 15 minutes left. I'm going to try to get through all these questions, or I am going to get through all these questions. So let's hold on to your seatbelts. I might go a little fast through here, but I'm going to get through all of them. And if you have any questions, ask them now or forever hold your peace, because in 15 minutes, I'm out of here. This room is extremely hot. I turn off the AC so I can actually hear myself think, and so that you don't have AC going in the background. And just for you guys, I appreciate it. But you'll probably see some sweat accumulating on my forehead. So Malpack says, I've been doing FBA for about a month now. How's your FBA business coming along? So I pretty much already answered that. I mean, there's always going to be beginner mistakes no matter what level of, expertise you are. I do think I found a lot of items. I may have got a little trigger happy on a few of them. I'm not worried about it. Again, the thing with FBA is it's not something that you should be spending your life savings on. A lot of people, I think, if you're struggling with getting started paying eBay dropshipping software, then FBA is probably not for you, because you're going to have a lot more money up front. Me, on the other hand, I'm putting up, a couple $1,000s. It's not the end of the world for me, but if you don't have a couple $1,000s to put up and you have to go out of your way to put it out on credit and stuff like that, and you don't know if you're going to get it back, and if you don't, then you're going to be screwed, then I would not suggest doing it. So that's one thing that I have to say about FBA for everybody out there, that it's not for everybody getting started. Or it is just you need to be buying small amounts of it and kind of getting your feet wet. But again, that's kind of the same thing with starting any business, that if you don't have enough money when you're getting started, then it's kind of if you're sending 1 or 2 items in FBA, I don't think that that's really as much worth it. So where are we right now? I lost my place. Gold Claim Explorers LLC says, does your university help find good suppliers? So we give you a list of suppliers inside of the course. They're all decently popular now, I believe, because we have almost 1,000 people in the course, I believe, or maybe 900. I'm not sure. On the biggest course, on the retail dropshipping course. But again, we teach you the ability to be able to find good suppliers as well, what questions to ask and what to do. And at that point, if you don't want to use the suppliers that we give inside of the course, the 20, I think it's 20 now or 25, then at that point you can go out of your way and find other suppliers, and we give you the ability to do that. But I really just think the whole point of a course in general, and I'm not forcing it upon anybody, is that it gives you the ability to learn chronologically, because a lot of people will go and watch one YouTube video from me or go watch a YouTube video from somebody else, and then at some point in time you're watching videos from all over the place. You don't know what's right and what's wrong. One person's saying this, one person's saying that. Like, I've said this on Instagram before, like, every single person teaching e-commerce out there on the internet, I hope, has had success with what they're doing and actually is providing you the ability to make money online. But if you're listening to a bajillion different people, but you're not listening and following 100% of what they're saying, then you're going to be all over the place and you're never going to actually fully like encompass and make it like full circle. So if you're listening to me, you're listening to everybody else out there, we might be preaching little different things that are just going to get you confused in the long run. So that's what I think the biggest advantage of a course is. It's a step-by-step blueprint that gets you from opening an account to making your first sale to making, you know, we have, I think it's like 4 or 5 students now that are doing over 6 figures a month in sales, $100,000 in sales a month. And, you know, hopefully there's more to come, or there's probably more out there. They just don't talk to me or send me messages or send me emails or post their success, because the ones that do the best never like to actually talk about it or gloat about it or show it. Noah says, remember when eBay was coming out with their own fulfillment? Oh yeah, that's far out. That's far out there with their own fulfillment network. I do not think that that's going to be a thing. I'm going to be honest here. Where else are we? So Juan Luis Gonzalez says, do you think that Payoneer can be used for internationals to enroll? I know that you can use it on Amazon, or at least that is what I hear. I've heard you could use it on Amazon. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm not sure. Again, like, you can just click register and start going through the process probably, and then just if it doesn't work, then just back out of it. I mean, I think that if I was to do something, that's what I would do if I didn't have a bank account that I knew would work. You know, that's what I would do. I'm big on doing things like that. Like, you know, just getting to the point of where you sign up for a new Amazon account just to make a whole video for you guys on YouTube on how to sign up for an Amazon account, and then not signing up. Does that affect my accounts and stuff? Possibly. I'm not sure. Can we use Payoneer on management? It's the same question, 2 questions in a row. I'm not sure, but I would do that and test. Keith says, I'm in the course right now. Great stuff. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, God, it just jumped. Oh, we have more questions than I thought. All right, we got 10 minutes left. We need 60 likes on this YouTube video. We need 60 likes now. We hit our 50. We're at 52. We got 64 people watching it. We need 60 likes. I would appreciate it very much if we hit 60 likes by the end of it, because I think I'm going to end up staying over. It's going to be like after school homework. I'm going to be helping, and we're going to get through the rest of this. How do you find a wholesale distributor in Germany? So I don't live in Germany, so I've never done that, and I've never felt the need to do this for Germany. But what I would do or suggest is go and watch my YouTube videos where I teach you how to find US-based wholesale suppliers, and instead of typing in US, type in Germany. I'm not sure what the German manufacturing scene is like. I'm really not sure about it. But one thing I can say is that there's most likely a chance that there's going to be wholesale distributors in Germany. Just type in wholesale distributor Germany, something, whatever. Make it kind of specific, whatever you're looking for. And at that point, you should probably be able to find it. That's just what I have to say. Again, I don't look for German wholesale distributors at all, like ever. How will we pay our eBays? With your bank account. I don't know what you're talking about. Your eBay fees, I'm sure they'll just take it out. With Amazon, they just take out the fees from what they pay you into your bank account, and then you're good to go. What we should do now international. Again, if you've watched this, then I've said I'm not international, so I'm not sure as to what you need to be doing, but I believe there's a large enough group of you that you can figure it out, or ask people in the forums or anybody else in the Facebook groups that has already done this. I'm sure, I'm assuming a Payoneer account will work, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure. There are other forms of bank accounts out there for internationals, but again, like I said, I'm not an international. I haven't been faced with these issues. Roger F24 says, why not use SKU Fetch? I use SKU Fetch. I think SKU Fetch is great. It's definitely complicated to get started when you're a beginner, if you really don't know what you're doing. Like, if you haven't gotten SKU Grid really figured out yet, SKU Fetch is like a whole nother can of worms, but it's kind of like a set it and forget it type thing, where it's the same thing with SKU Grid. I mean, it's pretty much the same. Set it, forget it. You learn it, you get it all working, and then eventually, it's just it sits there. SKU Fetch even more so. There's just less things to deal with. And in the long run, it's very helpful, and it helps you really quickly upload your items. So that's one thing. Is Mark in the house? Not in my house. I'm in my parents' house currently. It's pretty dope. Will PayPal take our eBay fees? Still take our eBay fees? We're not using PayPal, so PayPal will not be taking your eBay fees, and they never took your eBay fees. They took PayPal fees. So no, there's not going to be any PayPal anymore. After managed payments is all fully enacted, there will no longer be PayPal. Ian says, I wonder if we still need a U.S. bank account to dropship on U.S. eBay. Again, I'm not sure. I'm assuming if there's a will, there's a way. And even in one of those things, they were talking about if you're an international. So I'm assuming they're going to be giving internationals the ability to in some way, shape, or form. Will managed payments plus wholesale dropshipping be a big problem? I don't see why that would be a problem. There's inherently zero difference between managed payments and PayPal and what's happening. And I'm not seeing how that would affect wholesale dropshipping. If there's something that I'm missing, then let me know. But I don't see a single issue. I'm sorry I checked in late. Do you order items in bulk from wholesale and then send it to FBA, or do you do a private label? I don't do private label. I just don't I don't see the point as much with private label. Sure, maybe it's something that I want to get into in the future, but when people go straight to private label, I kind of think it's kind of a stupid idea because you have to front a lot of money up front. And I was even talking with one of my friends last night that said he did it. And he made his money back, but there's a chance that he didn't. And he spent 14 grand on. He said he only had 16 grand, and he spent 14 grand on product right off the bat. And he didn't even have a listing up on Amazon yet. So how do you even know that that's going to be a good item? He was a smart kid and he knew the market and he really did some market research. But again, the reason why I started with dropshipping is because I didn't have as much money as I do now, where I was, I needed the cash flow, and you should always have good cash flow. And if you don't have cash flow, then you're going to be, putting yourself out there too much. So that's kind of one thing about private label and all of this stuff is that it's going to hinder your cash flow, and you're just going to have large amounts of cash out there somewhere in the ether where you might not know where it's going or if it's ever going to come back. So with FBA, I'm not doing private label. I think it's even more risky than just doing regular FBA. So I'm just doing regular FBA at the moment. Hey Tom, when piggybacking on a listing on Amazon, do we have to be the lowest to make the sale? No, you do not have to be the lowest to make the sale. You have to be within 5% to be considered for the buy box, which kind of inherently makes you want to go towards being the lowest. But do not be that guy. I was that guy the other day, and I felt bad being that guy because I tried out a new repricing strategy on informed.com, which is the repricer for Amazon Dropshipping, Amazon FBA. I'm using it for both. I tried out a new strategy that was called Get the Buy Box, and I've never used it before because I've never had issues getting the buy box, but with FBA, I've had more of an issue getting the buy box, and I want to try out what Get the Buy Box meant. And it literally just starts rapidly dropping your price down until you get the buy box. And then hopefully you get it. And then it starts raising your price back up while you're inside the buy box. It's very aggressive. And I don't think it makes any sense whatsoever. So don't be that guy. Don't even be the guy that says, undercut the lowest price by 1 penny. Because that's still being an ass. Because if you're set to undercut the guy by 1 penny and he's set to undercut the guy by 1 penny, then you guys are both going to undercut each other by 1 penny non-stop, and you're just going to go, and it's going to look like, if you have Keepa, it's just going to look like this little stair graph that just keeps going down, 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 down. You don't want to be that person. Just be equal to the lowest person, or even 1 penny above. I've never done 1 penny above, but if you're a real nice guy, go 1 penny above, because then that's when you know you're a good guy. I mean, you're a good guy or woman or a girl deep down inside that you're a good person if you want to be 1 penny above, because you're still going to be qualified for the buy box. And I don't think it's a huge difference whether you are the lowest or whether you're 1 penny away from the lowest. You'll still get rotation in the buy box and you'll still be good to go. That was a rant. Where the hell am I? So can we use an online bank like Ally Bank with? Yeah, I don't see why you would not be able to use Ally Bank with managed payments. It's a bank account. All you need is a bank account. Because I was late, I did not hear you say the time when PayPal will be no more. A month or more. Very interesting. Also, does your course cover FBA? No, my course does not cover FBA. I don't even have enough knowledge to teach anybody FBA at the moment, or myself. So that's one thing. With FBA, again, I literally just started a month ago, less than a month ago, probably a month ago. So it's really, no, the course, each course is different. There's the eBay dropshipping course, there's the wholesale eBay dropshipping course, there's the Amazon dropshipping course, virtual assistant course. you can't have it all in one course, or you'll have like a 7-day long course. 7 days of literal video, because I think the retail eBay course is legitimately like 20 hours long. Also, we're 2 minutes out of this, and we need 3 more likes to hit 60 likes. If you haven't liked it yet, I appreciate it. If you do, we need 3 more. I'm asking for 3 more likes right now, and we're going to get through this. And that's it. Yeah. Hey, Tom, so you think we will be good if the name on the bank account used for managed payments doesn't match the name on eBay? I don't think it will matter. I really don't think they can even see that information. Again, I wondered this question as well, because my eBay account is in my business name and my bank. Oh no, that's fine. You'll be perfectly fine on that, Dominique. Again, like, you want everything to be as congruent as possible, and maybe when creating a brand new account, that could be a slight issue. But again, like, you'll be perfectly fine with that. I believe. So just sign up for it, see what happens. Worst that happens, you get banned. No, I'm just kidding. You won't get banned for it. Gio says, when should I get a VA? Whenever you think you're ready. If you're already thinking about getting a VA, then you should already have a VA. You know what I mean? Like, it's only going to help you in the long run be able to take the minutia and the daily mundane tasks off of your plate, which are processing orders, listing items, editing titles of items, sourcing items, just things that really aren't that great, and tasks that are easily outsourceable. You should be working on things to make your business better, like finding new suppliers, finding new places to sell items, doing anything like that, than being the person that's in there on the day-to-day that's processing orders. If you're processing orders every day for your own business, you don't have a business, you have a job. You have a second job. You came home from your first job or whatever, and you went to your second job, which was sitting there and processing orders all day. Like, that's not what you should be doing when thinking in the greater scale of running a business. And yes, everybody starts processing their own orders, but what I'm trying to say is that eventually you want to get away from that. So, if you think you need a VA, then you probably needed one like 2 weeks before that, or like a month before that. You know what I mean? You should always be looking at the next thing to outsource and the next way to be building your business so that everything is outsourced and it all comes back to like you, the head supreme ruler of everything else. And then that's it. You just look down upon things. And that's pretty much how it should be run. Coon Jeff says, I hit that like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. SKUFetch is ace, says Ian Nicholson. I'm assuming that means good, and I believe so too. What software do you use to research FBA products? I've been using AMZ Scout Pro. Contacted me recently to do like a deal, and I didn't give their software credit to begin with. I had used them on a free trial. I was using Ace Inspector Pro, AMZ Scout Pro I've used, and Jungle Scout, and I do really like AMZ Scout Pro. Not just saying it because they gave it to me for free, but because I think it is better than all of the other ones. I'm really impressed by that software, and I think that that's the one that I'm going to be using to do like product research type things from that. And then other than that, there's Tactical Arbitrage, which I've been looking into using. I've used a bit, but I wouldn't say I'm anywhere close to an expert on Tactical Arbitrage. I do feel like I'm messing up somewhere, so I need to get better at that. But that's only for finding retail items on for FBA. Like if you wanted to buy a bunch of things from Walmart and you had these coupons and you're doing things like that. And again, that's not what I want to 100% focus on. I want to 100% focus more on getting legitimate contracts with manufacturers like what I've done recently, and kind of go more down that route. So Tactical Arbitrage wouldn't really be that helpful in that route, in that aspect. But AMZ Scout Pro is definitely very helpful. Jungle Scout, I just didn't really like Jungle Scout that much. Like the way it pops down in like a weird portion of your screen, I just didn't really like it. And we hit 60 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Roger F24 says, thanks. Have you made enough money to quit your day job? I don't have a day job. I haven't had a day job for 2.5 years. So yes, I would think so. It's actually been over 2.5 years now. Time flies. If you've been following me for this long, I've been on YouTube for over 2 years now, 2 years and 2 months. And I appreciate anybody that's seen me since the beginning and has stuck with me because, there's 18,200 followers here, and I don't get 18,200 views on every video. Obviously, that's not expected to happen, but there are some people that have been with me since pretty much the beginning. I know we have one student that just hit 6 figures a month selling, and she's been with me since I was coaching in the first ever group that I was in before I started coaching on my own. She's been with me for probably the longest. There's a few others in that class as well. He quit a while ago. I don't know who that's about. Hell yeah, good day. Appreciate it. They let girls drop ship you. I thought that was funny. Thanks, Ian. Just curious, how many times did you get flagged in eBay? I've only ever been flagged on my oldest accounts, I mean. The ones from 2018, those ones got flagged. When I was making some like experimental accounts, when I was finding new ways to go about it, like the whole manual eBay dropshipping ways with like SKU grid, non-API and stuff like that, I did accidentally get one account banned because I was just using SKU grid not with non-API, and I thought that would work, but it didn't. And you know that did get me flagged, and then at that point I haven't gotten any accounts flagged since then. And that's pretty much it. Catch the live. What's up, Tom? How's it going? David, thanks for showing up. Dominique says thank you. Tom, if I give you $100 in my Mookie Betts rookie card, will you go vet a VA for me, or get a VA or vet a VA? I'm not sure. First off, I'm not an aficionado of newer baseball, so I'm not sure how much a Mookie Betts rookie card would be. Although I am from Boston, I really have no idea. And $100 is just, I don't know. If you just bought the VA course, you'd get it for that price, and you wouldn't have to give away your Mookie Betts rookie card. So I think that's probably the best way. Yeah, you made 60. I'm not sure what that has to do, or I am something. How come my newer store makes more sales than my main store? It literally doubles in sales. How can I increase sales? I've been trying. Your main store is most likely flagged. And if you've just been getting into this, then watch out, because your new store might become flagged. If you don't know what you're doing, I suggest watching my videos where I talk about getting flagged, how to avoid getting flagged, and all of the changes that have happened since late 2018 into the beginning of 2019. It's been about a year and 7 months now where there's been zero change on eBay. And I was getting some wild views on my YouTube videos back when there was a lot of change on eBay. And for a part of me kind of liked it because I was getting a lot of views on YouTube. But it was out of scare, like people being scared as to what was happening and all of that stuff. And, you know, I don't want that to happen. So, you know, I'll take the less views than, you know, and have people in a calm storm. You know, it's very calm in the eBay sphere right now. Even though there's this managed payments thing lurking, it's not that bad. And nothing has changed. Pretty much nothing has changed for a year and 7 months. I say pretty much because there's been little changes, but pretty much nothing has changed for over a year and 7 months. I'd go as far as to say like a year and 10 months. Nothing has changed on eBay. And it's great because it's, you know, you need consistency in business. You don't want something that's changing every single week where you have to be changing nonstop, that it's mentally draining and that really brings you down. And you can't be having that in the long run. It's really not worthwhile. So where are we? Jeff says, I am new. A lot of new people here, so I appreciate it. If you're new, check out the free mini course down below. It's you know, it's not gonna make it the best eBay dropshipper in the world. I'll tell you that right now, but it'll at least get you started. And then just watch my YouTube videos chronologically from the beginning of January 2019 until now, and you should be good to go. And then eCom Tomcat says, thanks for the great YouTube live as usual. You're welcome. One last time, let's smash that like button. Let's get it out to as many people as possible. $70 Johnny Damon card and a date with my sister, Big Shelby. I need 2 VAs, 1 Amazon. To just buy the Amazon dropshipping course is going to be much easier than me having to date your sister named Big Shelby. So PayPal is no longer needed for eBay. We saved the... No. Watch the beginning of this video. Are you still using SKU grid non-SPI API? Yes, I am. I am still using SKU grid non-API. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I appreciate everybody that stuck this out. We had like over 70-something people at one point in time. It's at 60 people right now. We hit 65 likes. I hit all my accomplishments for the day, so I appreciate it very much. If you don't follow me on Instagram, there's one last thing I'll leave you with. Follow me on Instagram, because if you check down below, the link right there to Instagram, check that out. And then at this point in time, tomorrow, you know, like a little bit earlier than this, I will be doing a live on Instagram, and I will be giving out $50 to somebody that's on the live. I can see the list of people that were on the live after I get off, and I can go through the list, put them in a randomizer, and randomly pick one person. You'll win $50. Last time I did one, I gave out $50 to 2 people, but that's because I felt bad because I completely missed out on doing one because I may or may not have been a little hungover the day that I said I was going to do it. Where's Peter Jason? I don't know. He's at his parents' house or something. I'm not sure. We don't live together anymore, so it's hard to have him over all the time. So my picture quality is excellent. Thank you. I fixed my camera. Factory reset works very well. Why are you asking where? Oh God, this is getting wild. So yeah, check me out on Instagram, and then watch out tomorrow because I'm going to be going live at some point in time, random. So you got to turn on post notifications so that you know when I'm live. You'll get a little notification on your phone. And then at that point in time, I'm giving away $50 to somebody. So if you're the winner, you'll get $50. It'll probably be a little bit less than $50 after like PayPal fees, but you know, you'll be good to go. So that's it. I appreciate it. We hit 66 likes. If we can hit 70, that would be great. But you know, I've already hit over 60. That's it. That's all I need. So thank you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next one.